Okay, welcome to House of Our Man, New Black Spirituality. I'm your host, LosLive. And as always, beloved, I wish above all things that you may prosper and be in health even as your soul prospers. Today, we are blessed to have a conversation with a brother. I see him online all the time. He also puts out a lot of inspirational videos. A lot of times he's going live. I want to introduce you guys to my brother, Melvin Syrie. Is that the second?
Yes, I go by Junior, just to keep it simple.
Okay, all right. And so we have Melvin on today because Melvin started a scholarship fund, and he wants to be able to benefit young people from the East Texas, correct?
Yes.
Community that he grew up in. And what's the name of the school?
Sulphur Springs High School.
Sulphur Springs High School. And so it's a pretty touching story. We're going to get in a little bit. Number one, as you can tell, that this brother has a very entrepreneurial spirit. For him to get out and take it upon himself to start a scholarship, and the story behind the scholarship and starting the scholarship is even more touching. And I'm gonna let Melvin kind of give you some background on himself. Now, Melvin, I know that you're a truck driver currently.
Yes, sir.
Okay, and one of your other ambitions is to start your own trucking company.
Yes, I'm looking forward to getting that started, hopefully around summertime, June, July. That's something I've been driving since 2001, and really been interested in trying to get my own business up and running. And I say, this year, 2018, is the year to stop talking about doing a lot of the things I've been dreaming about, and just stepping out on a limb and starting to, just try to get them done.
Okay. And in addition to your dream to start your own business, you're also a part of the Panther Party, correct?
Yes, sir, brother. I am. I've been a member of the Panther Party for a couple of years, for a little over 2 years now. It was a process joining the organization, and it's just something that I was interested in doing, because I always feel as if you can get around like-minded brothers who are on the same page, and all about uniting us as a people. I strive to kind of try to work with people like that. And for the past 2 years, yes, I've been a member of the Panther Party. My leader, Kevin Crosby, who brought me into the group, has given me a little more power in the group.
Okay.
So to say, he's added me to the council. So I have a little more responsibilities now since I've been a member of the party. And we do different things. One of the things that they do yearly that I've been getting involved in, and I want to try to bring it to the Dallas-Fort Worth area, is something that he does every Father's Day, is pick up your sons and put down your guns. And it's been a national thing, and he's tried to tap into this area. So it's something that I want to try to help him, expand and get started in this area as well. But I've enjoyed my time with the Panther Party. I've learned a lot. And like I say, it's just all about, unifying as a people and progressing as a people.
Okay, outstanding. And a lot of times people misunderstand what it is to be a Panther. They only think of the militant side, and they only know what the media shows about us, and one of the first things they want to do is try to drag any kind of dirt they can about our background. But what they don't talk about is us as family members. And a lot of times that protecting our family is what drives us to join like-minded people who are understand that it seems like our families are constantly under attack, and that we need to band together if our families are at all gonna survive that attack. So talk to me, I know that you're a family man. Talk to me a little bit about your family dynamics.
Well, I recently got married in June.
Congratulations.
June 24th to be exact. Thank you, sir. And I love family. I come from a strong family background, and I have a daughter who's graduating this year. I have a 9-year-old son, and I have 2 new daughters. My wife's daughters are 21, and she blessed me with a grandbaby on January 1st. And her other daughter is a junior here in Arlington. And if I can say, she's a super track star. So, you know, family is the most important thing to me, you know, the foundation, and, you know, being able to give your children that strong foundation. So when they come out here into the real world, they have some sense of, you know, what they'll be going through out here in this real world. Because, you know, when I was younger, I was a little rowdy and, you know, took a lot of things for granted, as I think we all do when we're, you know, younger. We feel like we're going to live forever, and it's a process, you know. Growth is definitely a process, and I just feel like now at my age in life, I can accept my elderhood, if I can say that. And like I say, it's just about giving back, and family. I feel like family, the Black family, needs to be revamped, needs to be rejuvenated, you know, because we're lacking, and we're missing out on a lot of things. And we you know, I had my first son, who the scholarship is about. I had him when I was 20 years old, and 10 days after he was born, I lost his mother. She had colon cancer, and unknowingly she had to go into an emergency C-section, and, you know, one thing led to another. And on November 5th of 1989, she passed. So I was, like I say, 20 years old. I was pretty much thrust into a responsible position. And was I ready for it? No. But I had the kind of upbringing and the type of family that, you know, allowed me to grow, you know, because I was a new father without his mother, and it was an experience that I truly wasn't ready for, because I feel like a father is needed definitely in a child's life, but no other love in this world can replace the love of a mother. And I did all I could, and I think I did a pretty good job. I was always there, because I just feel like sometimes as men, we feel like if we can't do financially, that we're no good, or considered deadbeats. But, you know, our time is always free. And it's one thing that I recognized, you know, the time that you spend with a child is more important than anything that you can give to a child materialistically, because the time that you spend is free. It doesn't cost you a thing. And I feel like more men should not ignore the mother, but in certain circumstances, I feel like the drama between the parents can come in between the relationship of the child and the mother. And as men, we have to overlook that and put our anger aside, and sometimes swallow our pride in order to do the right thing and what's best for the child.
Absolutely.
So, I mean, I love family, and being newly married, I mean, I cherish my wife. I love my queen, and I'm looking forward to getting old and sitting on the back porch and rocking chairs, and raising grandkids and doing everything, that comes with growing old.
Okay, absolutely. Now, with all of that, our organization is big, or our title in New Black Spirituality. Talk with me a little bit about, because I hear so much loss, in your experience and in your background, and how do you hold it all together? Are you tapping into a spirituality? How are you holding it all together?
Oh, most definitely. I was raised in the church, and I have always believed in the higher power. I've always believed that, there is a greater spirit, leading all of us.
Okay.
During the time of my loss, I had a lot of good friends, and I had, family. I had a lot of support, and that made all the difference. There were times when I wanted to give up, but I knew I couldn't quit because I had other children depending on me. Okay. So, my spirituality, and I'm more into spirituality as opposed to organized religion.
Okay.
But I have found more peace in meditation and through prayer. And I really, this has been like a process, but I've been on my spiritual journey, I'll say, for the last 4 or 5 years. So I've always opened myself up, and my daily thought is just, use me, because I'm only a vessel and I'm only here for a short time.
Absolutely.
So I have, allowed myself to kind of step out of the way, and I listen, because we all have that inner conscious that speaks to us, and I just feel as if that is the spirit of the Most High, speaking to your conscience.
Absolutely.
To guide you.
Absolutely.
And through my loss, it was a hard, trying time, and especially the loss of my son, because he was my firstborn. But I was angry at first. I didn't understand it. I didn't want to understand it, but the more I kept saying good morning, and the more that I was blessed to see another day, I had to put my selfishness aside.
Okay.
I was granted 18 years with him. So, I appreciate that, and I cherish that. So, sometimes, you have to put your selfish spirit to the side. And that's something that I truly had to do, because I was actually lost after I lost my son. I didn't know which way to go. And I was tore up. I was in the gutter, and I'm not even going to, try to sugarcoat it. I did some things that I wasn't proud of to try to numb the pain.
Right.
But when you wake up the next morning, where the reality of the situation still exists.
There. Yeah.
So, through spirituality, I've been able to accept it, and I'm able to speak about it now. And I just feel like, the stronger that I can and show myself, you never know who I can help in the process. And something else that I do like to do is I like to write poetry.
Oh, okay.
It's just something that I kind of tapped into. But I have written a lot of poems for people's loved ones who have passed on, and to me, it makes my spirit feel good, because it is actually a release for me. So it's not about focusing on the tragedies. It's about learning from those tragedies.
Can I ask you? Can I put you on the spot? And do you have a poem that you can share, just in case there's any of anyone watching and the blog right now, and they may be experiencing loss, because it could be any one of us at any time. And
That's true.
do you have something that you could share off the top of the head, off the dome?
I have written so many poems to recite them word for word.
Okay.
I mean, my book is right in the next room. If you would like, I could definitely get you something.
Okay.
Something uplifting.
Okay.
And I sure don't mind sharing.
All right. Go ahead and grab it. We can take a quick break.
HouseOfAmen.org, your Black spirituality, where we celebrate the African diaspora and our connection to Africa. Beloved, I wish above all things that you may prosper and be in health even as your soul prospers. HouseOfAmen.org. See you there.
I wrote this poem, probably about 8 or 9 years ago, and this was after I had lost my son, and I was dealing with a lot of things mentally, and I called this "Man in the Mirror, a Look at Self." It says, "If you look into my eyes, could you tell me what you see? Do I have the mind of a god, a killer, a hustler, or OG? As my reflection stares and we look into my eyes, I see a man who was on the grind to live long and be wise. Wisdom comes with the years that you live, so I try to do what's right and be positive. Perfection on this earth, which no man can obtain, but to strive for that perfection doesn't make us insane. As I look into my eyes, I see the ups and the downs. I thank God my eyes see my feet remain on solid ground. Looking deeper into my eyes, I see the Father in me that won't allow my children to be without their father like me. Deeper and deeper as I look, I can almost see my soul. As my soul looks back, it helps me keep my self-control. As self-control looks at me, it speaks to my heart, which clears my conscience to give me the head start. Patience is a must, but sometimes I fall short. So as my cards come into play, I'll definitely play smart. The last look I take from my eyes is so direct to make sure I do what it takes to gain respect. What's done is done. There is no going back. Time moves on, whether we're here or lying flat. My day is on the calendar, and one day these eyes will close. Where will the man in the mirror go is the question that I pose.
All right.
Thank you, brother.
All right.
Yeah, that's one of my favorites. And like I say, that I sometimes get in a rut and I read that to just re-inspire myself.
Right.
Because, you know, we all have to stay inspired, and we all have reason to be inspired as well. You know, just living life in itself is an inspiration.
Absolutely.
So, you know, like I say, I love to write, and I'm that's another area, you know, that I want to explore as well. I've talked to a couple of people who are very interested in helping me get some of this stuff published. And I mean, I have loads of poems.
Okay.
Like I say, I love to write. I first started writing during the hip hop era, when hip hop was born. You know, we seen the birth of hip hop. And I was a DJ back in the day.
Okay.
My friend bought an 808 beat machine, and he taught me how to work it, and I would, you know, work that thing, and make beats and write rhymes. And you know, as I strayed away from that party life, well, I continue to have that yearning to write, and it's just something else that I'm able to tap into. Like when I write the poems for my friends, loved ones, it's never something that I do during the course of a week. I always write them right before the homegoings, and that's just, I tap into the spirit, and I've had people ask me, how do I do it? And I tell them, you know, it's not me. That's a true gift from the Most High.
Right.
Because they come to me so easily and so simple, you know, and people are always amazed because they always say, man, you always know the right things to say. And I think, you know, that's truly a gift because we've all experienced pain. We've all experienced loss. So, you know, I just try to tap into my spirit and, you know, say the right things to uplift people during those particular times because, you know, in the motherland, there was a celebration.
Absolutely.
It wasn't looked at as a loss. It was a celebration of that life. You know?
Absolutely.
So that's what we have to, you know, look into and tap into. I actually wrote a poem for my granddad's homegoing, and I didn't think I was going to be able to do it. But as I stood there, it just came over me, and the tears went away. And like I say, it's just my way of giving back, my way of easing the pain a little bit, easing the hurt a little bit. So, you know, like I say, anything that I can do for the upliftment is really what I'm all about.
Absolutely, brother. And we thank the Most High for the talent that He's given you and the strength and the courage that's within you, and you knowing that there is a higher power in you and tapping into that, and then having the strength to help others and to use that talent to help others. You know, there's an old thing, it's in the scripture, you know, the story, but it talks about not hiding your talent under a rock, you know. And I think with all of us, we can't be afraid to go out in the world and make things happen, right? We can't hide our talents under the rock because a lot of times that talent isn't just for us. Like even when you prosper, it's to bless the nations, right?
Right, that's right.
So that talent that is given, it is for us to bless the nation. And I'm thankful that you have a mind to want to get out and to bless the nation. And that brings us into one of the main reasons we were here, because House of a Man, we believe in reciprocity. We believe in that the platform that we have here is so that we can help our brothers and sisters who are also out trying to help the community, right? We can't do everything, but we can partner, right, with people. By myself, I can't do everything, but I can partner with you. And so I was very excited when I saw you talking and sharing your vision for the scholarship. And it was in 2008, correct, that you lost your son, Darius Trayvon Porter Syrie, correct, in 2008?
Yes, sir.
And the scholarship is going to be in his honor?
Yes. It's something that I've been wanting to do over the course of the past 3-4 years. And, you know, I reached out to certain people and certain groups, and I never gained any kind of progress.
Okay.
So this year, this February 18th will mark 10 years since he's been gone. And I wanted to make it happen definitely this year. I'm really inspired and truly blessed by the support that I am, and the feedback that I'm getting back from you, brother, and from Tamiko Syrie, my sister, who stepped up, because I'll say, I was going to do it out of my own pocket, which I'm still, you know, going to, you know, donate funds from my own, you know, individually. But to have my sister step in and another sister that I know and I've known for years, Victoria Askew, who lost her husband back in the summer, tragic accident. And she reached out to me the other night and told me that she would like to donate $1,000 to the scholarship fund as well in the memory of her husband. So, you know, I had a classmate actually reach out to me through Messenger last night as well and express her joy that I was doing this, and expressed her want to also donate for this particular scholarship fund. And it warms my heart, and it lets me know that, you know, it's actually people out there who do care. And it's actually people out there who don't mind donating to a good cause. And I'm not even gonna lie to you, brother. I thought this was going to be a challenge, but I have seen the power of the Most High work this week, and I'm talking about in a 7-day week. Right. And I
real quick, we started talking about this, maybe 2 weeks ago?
Yes,
or
sir.
Even just a week and a half, maybe.
Yeah, about a week and a half ago. Yes, sir.
We started talking about it, and this is what's amazing is if you just do it, right?
Thank you.
We sit around and we say, well, I need help from here and I need help from there. And if you don't see that immediately, we allow that to keep us from moving forward and doing what we need to do. But if you just do it and you start doing it and people see what you're doing, you see what happens just within that week and a half, maybe 2 weeks time.
Right. That's right. And I mean, it's like, you know, like they say, you know, prayer without works are dead.
It's dead.
And I said to myself, you know, Melvin, you might be the one holding this back. And that's why I said, well, I'm going to just donate out of my own pocket and give $500 to a male and a female. And as of now, it looks like I'll be able to give at least $1,000 to a male and a female. Awesome. And it actually puts me ahead for the 2019 campaign. And this is something that I really definitely am feeling a joy. I mean, it's an unexplainable joy that I feel because it's actually happening. You know, and like I say, you know, sometimes we can be our own worst enemy.
Absolutely.
You know, and I could have done this when I had the epiphany 4 years ago. Just take the money out of my pocket and do it. And at this point, it could have been no telling where, but everything is done at the right time.
Absolutely.
So I feel like, you know, the timing was right. And like I say, I had just decided to do it on my own. And now the Most High is sending me help from every corner. You know, and I'm like I say, I'm overwhelmed and so thankful. I've had so much feedback from it now as opposed to then. Right. You know, and like I say, you know, everything comes when it is supposed to come to you. You know, and that's something that I truly understand and I truly believe. And like I say, I'm so appreciative because this is my baby. You know, and I want to nurture this thing and watch it grow just like I would one of my children. And being able to help, you know, another child, you know, further their education is the joy that I'll get from it, because it's not about me. You know, I'm doing this not for notoriety or anything like that. I'm doing this because I truly believe in helping. And if we don't help each other, you know, we'll be forever needing help. Absolutely. So I just want to be an outlet to be able to help, you know, and that's my joy. That's my payment, you know, because I'm going to get mine in the end. I'm not looking for what man and what, you know, what kind of accolades I can get from man. I'm doing this from my heart, from my spirit. And my spirit led me to do this, you know, and I'm, like I say, I'm overjoyed.
Absolutely. And I want to share in your joy, let you know that I every time that I see you putting it out there, and when I talk to you and we call each other or text each other, and you say, hey, so-and-so just pledge this amount, or they're going to give this amount, they're going to donate that amount. It makes my heart beat, and I'm just as excited because I know what it is, right? And I've experienced that where I've been saying, oh, I wish I could do this, I wish I could do that, but then when I step out and do it, I know what the Most High can do when we're being proactive and we're stepping out and doing it. But also, I want to say that the opportunity to be able to partner with you, brother, because right now, if you're online and you're with House of a Man, you can donate through the House of Our Man button. You can go to www.houseofourman.org. When you're doing the donate, put in the comments, and we're gonna have you put in the comments scholarship. You can put in scholarship to make sure that those funds are going to the scholarship. If you want to put a percentage, however you want to do it, we're going to get that done. Also, what we want to do is we're going to partner with you. I have a master's degree in business administration, and I'm going to partner with you to get the work done to go ahead and help you get the 501c and get the scholarship registered for itself, to help you get the platform and everything set up, so that you can get those funds coming into you directly under 501c in honor of your son. And so we want to get those things done. And I'm going to tell you guys, registering with the IRS is not free. So I want you guys to go ahead and begin to get the donations coming in. And here's what we're going to do from the airing of this program, right? I think it's about $300 to get the 501c going, right? So from the airing of this program, the first $150 that is donated is going to be put directly towards 50% of what it takes to register the 501c with the IRS, right?
All right. Thank you, brother. Ever since we spoke a couple of weeks ago, it's not very often that you get to talk to people who are on that mindset and on that level of achievement. And I was really touched after we got off the phone and we had like a 2-hour conversation.
Right.
We talked like we've been knowing each other a lifetime,
Absolutely.
and I appreciate that so much, brother. You just don't know how thankful I am. And it's amazing to me because the Most High will always send the right people to you when you are truly just following His guide. And through you and through the others, I know this is going to get bigger and better every year. And I'm hoping to be able to reach out to even more schools if possible in the future. I don't want to just narrow it to my school, my alma mater. We can maybe donate a scholarship to your alma mater as well. Because like I say, it takes a village
Absolutely.
to raise a child.
Absolutely.
And we definitely need to get back to that village mentality.
Absolutely.
Where we can depend on each other. And
Yes.
not always have to look for the outside sources to come in and do what we can do for self.
Absolutely, brother. And this is just the beginning. And one of the other things I want to say, with talking with you, and also watching a lot of the videos you put online, this brother right here is fearless, y'all. I've always said that I'm not gonna. One thing I'm not gonna do is build without an army. So I'm happy to have this warrior to link up with this warrior right here. Is fearless. Because even in the village mentality, one of the things we need to definitely do is circle around our children and circle around our women. And I don't think our women right now, and rightfully so, feel that we have been there to protect them, and they may not feel protected. They may feel left out in the open, unprotected. But as brothers such as yourself, the Panther Party, brothers such as myself, Huey P. Newton Gun Club, House of Our Man, as we all come together and begin to build on our communities. We are definitely committed to protecting our communities, as well as providing the resources that it's going to take to really build our community. Because I'm going to tell you something, it takes resources in order to build anything, right? And we're fooling ourselves if we don't believe that. But brother, I want to give you the last word. If there's anything that you want to share additional with the folks, or if you have an additional poem you want to share with the folks.
Well, I will just say for my last word, you pegged me just right. I've got the warrior spirit, and I did a video the other night, and I really voiced my opinion about how we as men, as black men, need to, strap our boots back on and stand firm and give our communities and our women and our children a sense of protection.
Absolutely.
We have to be the ones to take the lead. God ordained us as the lead, so we have to take that ordination seriously. And a lot of us, we are men, but we are not men of God. And first off, I'm a man of God, and even God has a wrathful side. So, some of my videos are nice and pleasant, and some of my videos, I go in a little bit.
Yes, sir.
But, I feel like sometimes you have to do that. You got to shake people up to wake them up.
Absolutely.
And that's what I'm really dedicating myself to, is just the awareness that we need to have as a people. And I always say, if we can't build the community, we can't build a nation.
We can't, absolutely.
We have to first build the community. We have to start, like you say, we have to start practicing group economics.
Absolutely.
Every year, we spend more than any other ethnic group. I like nice things myself, but I don't necessarily have to go out and have a $200 and $300 pair of tennis shoes.
Right.
A $300, $400 pair of pants or something, just to say I have it. And to me, I'm more interested in, spreading my wealth with our own. I was reading some stats, where the Jewish dollar passes through their hands over 30 times. The Asians are not far behind them. And our money stays in our community not even a day.
Not even a day.
And it's kind of funny, but it's serious, because, all that money that we spend never makes it back to our community. And, like I say, I know carpenters, I know lawyers, doctors, nurses, teachers, and we have the tools to get the job done. But my main preaching point is, first of all, we have to get started doing it.
Absolutely.
And if we don't ever start, we'll never know what we can accomplish. And we've seen it happen in the past, but we're not taking the initiative to make it happen now.
Absolutely.
And that's what we have to start doing. A lot of people, like I say, call me crazy, but I know that when the Most High puts something on my heart, He puts it there for a reason. When He puts something in my spirit, He puts it there for a reason. And we have to speak things into existence. And we have to, we have to look, like I say, we have to look outside ourselves sometimes, and do what is best for us as a whole, as opposed to just what's best for me.
Absolutely.
And like I say, that's where I'm at mentally. I'm about black power, black growth, black unity, black dollars, staying with us, because we can fund our own schools, we can fund our own hospitals, and we have the talent and the skill to maintain them.
Absolutely.
But first, we've got to get started.
I agree.
That's my final speaking point, brother. Because I could go on and on.
we both can. From that to our conversations we have.
Right.
But I'm wholeheartedly in agreement that this is the whole purpose of starting House of Our Man and creating the forum, the online community. I appreciate you, Brother Melvin, for setting up your profile. Brother Melvin is one of the first folks to set up his profile. And as we're learning, we're gonna get Brother Melvin to get in and help us with some of that admin work within the platform at www.houseofourman.org. We want to build a community. If people can see that community online, then they can visualize that community out in reality. Right now, we have to build trust, right? And online, it's safe, right? To kind of begin to build that trust. Now, beyond that, right? Like all of us with the organizations, your leader that brought you into the new Black Panther, or to the Black Panther Party, my leader, Ababu Amawali, that brought me into the Huey P. Newton Gun Club. And then we are able to now connect with other brothers and sisters. When it begins to multiply is what happened with me and you. When we see like-minded brothers and sisters, one of us reaches out to the other to say, hey, how's it going? I see that we're on the same path, and what can we do to work together and to make it happen? And then just the willingness. You know, a lot of times we're afraid, we don't know how to approach each other. You know, the media or whatever has almost got us afraid of each other, afraid to talk to each other, or even afraid to share our dreams with each other. We're afraid that we're going to squash each other's dreams. And I understand that. And I understand how our community can be sometimes. But you have to be able to discern and understand when you're connecting with someone who's like-minded, and then be able to let those walls down and say, hey, if it's important, I have to connect to somebody else, right? You're not building a community by yourself. I can't build a community by myself. I have to connect with somebody.